Welcome back to another video of Extreme Stories. Spring Slayer here, and we're here for another story. In today's video is going to be about one of the season that's currently coming. As you know of, this season, we should all, should pay attention to every once in a while, and also one that I really hate. And if you guessed it, it's winter. And I really hate snow. And you guys are probably wondering, hey, you can't hate snow. Don't you know snow's on Christmas too? Are you the Grinch? Well, let me stop you there, buddy, because that's not actually true. There are times of the year we actually like to have snow. So it's not all the way. And your next question will be like, then why do you hate it? Why do you hate so much if you actually enjoy it? On some occasions. Well, let me explain that to you. Well, also, as we know it, snow, comes around, as you know it in winter, at times you least expect it to, and it's just really horrible to happen for it to happen. But when it comes at the right time of year, like in December, right around the time of Christmas, that's a good deal for me because it's the right time of the year for it to come, and that makes it a good deal. Joy for the holidays. But then we have the times of the year where we don't accept it, which is just after winter break, and at times like January, February, and even March. No, not acceptable, because then by then it gets old. Even before January 10th, I get really tired of it. But the snow, however, never listens to us. He just never at all listens to us because it just wants to come at its own time and just drives us nuts. And for sure, snows can range from anywhere from just flurries to heavy snowstorms right on the bat, and from ice storms to heavy ice storms. And those are two of the worst type of storms we get at times in winter. And it's just awful getting both of them, because then you have to worry about school delays and all that crap. And then having to make up those school days. And there was actually one winter and we actually had to go through all that. And that was the winter of 13 and 14. For those of you who lived in the Northeast and Midwest, you remember this as the worst winter ever, because that was the coldest winter we had to suffer through. And that came the coldest winter. Because there were times when we actually had to miss weeks of school because of heavy snowstorms and nice weather too. And here's the stuff we had to deal with: 7 days of no school, 6 school delays, and we lost all our free days. And I think the main result of all this was because of missing even the first week of school back from winter break. Yep, the whole entire freaking week. And the main reason for all this crap, as you know of, had to do because of a huge, almost like snow blizzard. The day before we were supposed to go out to school, a huge snow blizzard kicked in, and we ended up getting dropped with 11 inches of snow. And behind that system, the very next day, we went from like 20 degrees the day before to like negative 14 degrees the next day. Brutally cold. So it was automatic slam dunk for no school the next day. And even the wind chill factor for that temperature was negative 40 degrees. Ooh, that's way too cold. And for days on, they kept continuing with the school closing because the snow and the very cold temperatures. The very cold temperatures didn't last very long, but the snow did, because the snow didn't melt until the next weekend when it actually rained. But we still had fun during the when we were out because we got more winter break time. But what was not fun was having to make up all those school days, because afterwards the school were complaining, saying, "No, okay, now we got to make up all those school days that we missed, because just for that 1 week, here's all the days we lost thanks to that 1 week." We ended up losing President's Day. We had a day taken away from our spring break, and we had a day added to the end of the school year. Bummer. Just thinking about it, just a huge bummer, because we ended up having to suffer through the rest of the school year with no days off. And it was a huge pain in the butt for everyone just to have to come to school every day and have to do the same thing over again. And also, now leading to the next thing, another problem with winter is the fact that we had to wear jackets all the time. Like, we range from like small clothing to huge clothing in winter. Like, wearing these huge jackets. And I can't stand wearing those huge jackets all the time. I hate it. I just hate it. I'm not kidding. I hate it. I really hate it. You just can't stand having to stay at because there'll be days when I stay at the bus stop waiting for the freaking bus to come, and it'll be so bad out there just for me to stand in my jacket and be like, "Come on, bus, get here soon before I die. Get here soon." But as you know, in reality, that never works because buses because it's not like the magic school bus. But to me, I just wish it was like because then we'll be to be picked up a second afterwards. But even when the bus does get there, we actually have to worry about having to slow down the road and before you get to school because it's a slow commute because all the snow and ice on the ground at times. And that's another terrible thing about winter. And also now leading to our last thing, which kind of drives me nuts about winter is the fact that when you get close to the end of winter, really we just want it to end. Like you just want it to go away, but it never seems to go away because there will be times in spring when it actually shows up the forecast saying, "Oh, after a chance of storms, we experience a really big cool down, and temperatures end up like in the 30s and 3 to 2 days later. Not cool, not cool at all. That's what I really hate, and this happens all the time in April. Like half the time, we'll actually end up with stuff like this, and it drives me nuts just having to deal with snow in April because that's actually supposed to be a month of warmth. Like, so it's called April for a reason because in April we have warmer weather. But in our state, which is actually sometimes a crazy state, which you should know by now if you live in the state, they experience all these horrors. So for you people, living in this state, you guys probably just want to say that you don't want another winter like this again. Well, certainly not the one from 2013, 2014, because that was the hugest bummer of all time. And I hope this winter is like all the other winters we had so far. The last winters have been pretty mild so far. But I'm getting the feeling that this winter might change a little bit, but I just hope it doesn't change too much because I just want it to be just like last year's winter because it was pretty mild and having mild weather for the latter half of winter is pretty good. But that's it for this. Anyways, for free, you like to subscribe and enjoy today's video. And also leave in the comments if you have any instance of, having to deal with, winter's pain every now and then. If then, leave in the comment section. Anyways, see you guys in another video next time.